the one interrupting Tommy Emmanuel tonight. Yes, you do not want to be that person, so turn off those cell phone ringers, and I'm sure many of you would like to take a photo during the show. Perfectly fine, just no flash photography. Make sure there's a nice slash across that lightning bolt, so no flash photography. Also make things so much easier for the volunteers at the end of the night. Whatever you brought in with you, please take it out with you. Leave no trace. And as many of you know, WoodSongs is an audience participation show. We want to capture all of your reactions, so we've got mics up here just for you, and you get your own line at the end of the show. Michael, he'll put up his hand like this to give you a heads up, be at the ready. And he'll say, next week on the, and that's your turn to say, WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, followed by lots and lots of clapping. There's a lot of you guys here, but feel free to use those outside voices. Now, Jerome's going to set the levels in the back. We're going to give this a good practice go because it looks like I see some new faces out there. So here we go. Next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. That was very, very well done. Now, as long as nothing goes wrong, the show should be ending right about an hour, followed by an encore section. You know that you don't want to miss the encore. Michael oftentimes has a special announcement, and you never know what the artist will throw down for that encore, so please stay seated for that encore. Okay. My eyes are on you guys. Are you ready for the show to begin? I see this whole row of family over here. They didn't even clap. They weren't ready. I'm talking to you. That's right. So I'll give you another chance. Are you guys ready for the show to begin? Let's welcome to the stage the host of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, musician Michael Jonathan.
Hey everybody, welcome to Monday night. We're so glad that you could be here to join us for another WoodSongs broadcast. For those of you that are here for the first time, WoodSongs is a radio and TV show with a live audience. You're the live audience, of course. Your energy, your applause, your joy, your spirit is what represents the show. You are the fuel of WoodSongs as it is broadcast literally all over the world on hundreds of radio stations, TV, and even in schools. So we thank you for coming. Know that during the show that the crew has to move around, I have to move around. Nobody's being rude to the artists in any way. If you're here for the first time, that's part of the process of doing radio and TV. And I do need to mention that this crew is absolutely incredible. They are all volunteers. They do WoodSongs for free. This is over 1,000 shows that they've done, and they deserve a big round of applause. They are wonderful. So we have a great show. We've got an amazing WoodSongs kid on the broadcast that you're going to enjoy. They are the Prince and Princess of Woodstock, New York. Please welcome Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams to the stage. He is a dear friend. He's a good guy. He's as nice in person as he is on stage. He also holds the record of having appeared on WoodSongs more than any other artist in the history of the show. 12 times. This is his 12th night here. Tommy EMMANUEL.
Well, hello.
Okay, so let's see if we're ready to go. How's television? We good? Everything's good upstairs. Jerome, how you doing? good? Is it good? We got approval from the 8-year-old over here, so, which is great. I love that. Thank you for bringing the kids. That's good. We like it when kids come. Yeah, thank you so much, Ben. All right, here we go.
Support for WoodSongs Show number 1091 is provided by the Kentucky Department of Tourism, City of Lexington, and VisitLex.com, celebrating 250 years. The Historic Lyric Theater, Travel Host Magazine, and our family of WoodSongs partners. Special thanks to the Bluegrass Hospitality Association and the beautiful Spring Hill Suites, welcoming visitors to Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world and home for parks, museums, festivals, great music, and WoodSongs. Take your next vacation trip to the musical state of Kentucky. For information, visit our website at woodsongs.com.
We're rebooting. Yay, Brian.
Here on the Louisiana Hayride. His name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
Here's a lovely ballad that was written at the height of the American Civil War. It's a gorgeous song. It's called Oralee. As the blackbird in the spring beneath that willow tree sat my love, and I heard him sing to that Oralee. My heart was broken, sad and blue for my love to thee, that your heart no longer true, and gave to Oralee. He sang upon that morning star beneath that willow tree. There I laid my true love down right next to Oralee. Oralee, Oralee, made of golden hair. Springtime came along with thee, and my love so fair. So take my heart and take my ring, I give it all to thee, and keep them for eternity, along with Oralee. Oralee, Oralee, made of golden hair. Springtime came along with thee, and my love so fair. Springtime came along with thee, and my love so.
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners and by the Kentucky Department of Tourism, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at KentuckyTourism.com. And by the Martin Guitar Company, building handcrafted guitars for professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
And welcome everybody to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. Celebrating 250 years. We're broadcasting all over the world, from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona to the Yukon, and across Canada. We're celebrating this amazing, wonderful world of front porch music, this grand ocean of roots music. It's folk and blues and bluegrass, country and Celtic. We celebrate it all here, and artists come from everywhere to be on our broadcast. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. And that is certainly the case of all the artists on our show, especially the guy that we're about to introduce now. All the way from Australia, he started performing with his brother Phil, also an amazing guitar player. Now he is selling out concert halls and theaters worldwide. He's here to introduce songs from a new album of his called Accomplice 2. Everybody in the world is playing with him, and this is a song dedicated to a friend of his, the son of Merle Travis, Tom Bresh. This is called Son of a Gun. It is the amazing Tommy EMMANUEL on the WoodSongs. Old Time Radio.
Thank you.
It's an incredible album called Accomplice 2. He's got so many artists performing on there with him. That's a tune called Son of a Gun. And Tom Brush, what an amazing artist and guitar player. We lost him a while ago.
He was one of my very favorites, and was very true to his father's style.
And his father, Merle Travis, of course, the guitar legend that showed the world how to thumb pick.
Exactly.
So show us what thumb picking is.
Well, it's with my thumb, I play what the left hand on the piano plays. So that's boom, 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 and then I play melodies with the fingers, right? So.
Yeah. So this is a guitar style uniquely designed to not have to hire a band.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So think of the money you're saving by learning how to play this style. Come on.
Yeah, and Chet Atkins is the one who said, "Stay in first position, don't go up the neck." Right?
Yeah, this is where all the money is. He said, "Down here, don't go up the dusty end." He used to say.
Now you and your brother, of course, Phil was an incredible guitar player. We miss him as well. He was on WoodSongs with you.
He was.
And your mom used to play you and your brother records when you were little. You used to fall asleep to people like Jim Reeves and others. So.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the music that I fell in love with when I was little. You know, and there was kind of surfy music. There was the Ventures and an English band called the Shadows.
Yeah.
And then we heard Chet Atkins records, and that changed everything.
Well, what was it about Chet that impressed you as a young kid?
Well, he didn't sound like anybody else. His early records, he was more in tune and more in time than anybody I ever heard. But his arrangements and his playing was like so meticulous and beautiful, you know. And he always came up with great arranging ideas, you know, things that you didn't expect, and that's entertainment.
And how does it feel that you, listening to Chet Atkins as a young person, young guitar player, you have become the new generation Chet Atkins? You're the guy that everybody listens to. You're the man.
Wow.
So now you're doing a lot of projects with the next artists that we have on our show that are walking toward the mic as I speak because they're getting ready to play. All the way from Woodstock, New York. He's been on the road with Bob Dylan for years and years. She's an amazing singer and songwriter, a beautiful vocalist. They've got an album that was done in concert with Levon Helm, the great drummer from the band that Larry got to produce his albums, won Grammys for. This is a tune called "Let Us Get Together." It is Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
Let us get together right down here. Let us get together right down here. Let us get together right down here. Oh, let us get together right down here. And let us walk together right down here. Let us walk together right down here. Let us walk together. Let us walk together right down here, and let us sing together right down here. Let us sing together right down here. Let us sing together right down here. Oh, let us sing together right down here. Let us pray 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 together right down here. And let us mourn, let
Larry Campbell on guitar. Beautiful vocal by Teresa Williams. Larry, you toured with Bob Dylan for about 8 years. You've done a lot of work with Levon Helm. You're one of the most in-demand producers out there, and you've won Grammy Awards for all your work. I mean, congratulations on all that.
Thank you very much.
So how does one, as accomplished as you, meet a amazing singer and artist like Teresa? How did you guys get together?
I hired him for my band.
I was going to get to that.
And he stood me up because, he didn't stand me up, but he held me up because he needed more money. I had to call my daddy for money. That was early days in New York City.
So Larry, probably the only guy that she had to pay to be with her.
Well,
I mean,
thank you, Michael.
so, but it was like a couple years later you got married, right?
Yeah.
2 years after that.
2 years
I was
after.
it. That rehearsal for that first day, I knew immediately.
Right.
It was all over.
So now, and Larry, I mean, your work with Levon Helm is legendary. I mean, what an amazing musician and man he must have been.
Wonderful guy. Wonderful. Absolutely. After I left Bob Dylan's band, he called and said, "Come on up here, Woodstock, and let's make some music." And Teresa and I began almost a decade of the greatest music making of our lives with
Wow.
that guy.
Well, it's a privilege to hear your story. Teresa, you grew up in the rural part of America, in country.
In the cotton patch, literally.
Literally, and a farmer, right? And Eddie Arnold was a big influence on you.
He grew up about 30 minutes away from me, and the first job I had in New York, I thought I was going to New York to do Shakespeare, and that was the second job I had, I think, was singing with Eddie Arnold.
So what are the odds of that, right?
Yeah, right?
So it's a great story, and we're going to get more into your music and your story. But right now, you're doing a project with Tommy Emmanuel. You guys are literally on the road together, and that's how you all come. So Tommy's here, and he's going to do a treat for our audience, a song that nobody's heard before. It's an original tune. It's brand new. It's unrecorded. It's called Scarlet's World. It's Tommy Emmanuel on the WoodSongs. Old Time Radio. Tommy Emmanuel, a brand new song, Scarlet's World, premiered right here on WoodSongs. So Tommy, let's ask what all the guitar players in the world want to know this. Let's talk about your axe. Let's talk about the guitar. What kind of guitar are you playing?
This is a Maton guitar made in Australia, and this is my own model. It has a pickup and a microphone system in it. It comes with all these Maton guitars, and it's just a little body thing, you know. And but you plug it in, and it's a beast.
And you tend to beat the tar out of these things when you're playing. Your background as a drummer has affected your guitar playing.
Well, I do like to play drum stuff on the guitar.
Give me 20 seconds of a.
So, because I have the microphone wide open inside, it's right. So the guitar is wide open. So I've also got it scratched up here, so I can be like playing the brushes.
You're not worried about the looks at all, right?
I'm not worried about the look of it. I could care less.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can play the bass with my left hand. And I can sing over the top of that. Think of the money I'm saving up here. It's unbelievable.
That's the whole point. You don't have to pay the band.
So no matter where you touch the guitar, you know, it's going to make a noise. So all that stuff, you know.
There it is.
That's what it is.
Let's talk about your strings. What kind of strings you playing? Are you light gauge, medium gauge?
These are 12 to 54s, and they're Martins.
Mm-hmm. Good strings.
Good American strings.
Good American strings. So now, how does one get so good? I mean, and that's a serious question.
You better ask him.
Because you listen to Larry Campbell, Larry's amazing, and when they hear the WoodSongs Kid after the break, amazing, right? So there's all kinds of guitar players that are sort of in your shadow, following your lead. You know, using you for instance, you know, there's kids like Frano and Parker Hastings. There's a very young crowd of kids that hear you play, and they just get totally enraptured with it and inspired by it.
Well, I think the same thing happened to me when I heard Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed and Eric Clapton and George Benson and James Burton with Elvis Presley, you know, people like that. We tried to copy everything we heard, and that's really how it works. You know, we all start out emulating somebody. I think that's nature's way, you know. We all start out emulating somebody because someone has to light a fire in us. Something has to happen that causes us to want to do that. And I know when I first heard Chet Atkins on the radio, I didn't have a clue what he was doing, but I knew that's what I have to do, whatever that is, you know?
Well, doggone it, you do it real well.
I tried.
You do it really well. Now, Larry Campbell is here. You guys are on tour together. You're doing projects together, right? And he's here. He's got his fiddle. And Teresa's got the mandolin. Brandon Morrison, they flew him in extra. He's an amazing bass player just for this show.
Yeah.
Super guy. And we know, Teresa, we want to dedicate this song to your mother, Mildred, because she's out there watching, right?
That's right, Mama Mia.
So we're going to dedicate this to her. Now, Larry, this is a song off the album that you produced for Levon Helm, and you won a Grammy for this thing.
Yes, sir.
It's a big deal. What was it like working with Levon?
It's just a joy, nothing but a joy, because at this point in his life, after all he had been through, throat cancer, near bankruptcy, and the other dangers he went through in his life, all he wanted to do was just have a good time playing music, and that's exactly where we were at that time. And every gig we did, every opportunity we had, we just wanted to have a good time, and it was about nothing. It was the purest musical experience that either of us have ever.
Music nirvana.
It shows in the songs, it shows in the album, the fact that you won a Grammy for it. This is from the album called Dirt Farmer. It's Poor Old Dirt Farmer is the name of the song. It's Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams on the WoodSongs. Old Time Radio.
lost all his corn, and now where's the money to pay off his loan? He lost all his corn, can't pay off his loan. He lost all his corn. Now poor old dirt farmer, he only grows stone. He grows them on down till they're big enough to roam. He rolls them on down to the tax man in town. He rolls them on down. Now poor old dirt farmer, he's left all alone. His wife and his children, they packed up and gone. They were packed up and gone. He's left all alone. They packed up and gone. Now poor old dirt farmer, how sad he must be. Fell off his tractor up under the wheel, and now his head shaped like a trail, but he ain't quite there. Now poor old dirt farmer, he can't grow no corn. He can't grow no corn 'cause he ain't got no loan. He ain't got no loan. He can't grow no corn. He ain't got no loan.
From the Grammy-winning album Dirt Farmer, it is Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams, Brandon Morrison playing bass. We've got the incredible guitar player from Australia here, Tommy Emmanuel, and wait till you meet this week's kids. Wait till you meet this week's WoodSongs kid. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSongs Show number 1091, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia in Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with Tommy Emmanuel, Larry Campbell, and Teresa Williams, and our amazing WoodSongs kid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, welcoming families from all over the world to celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary year. And to attend a broadcast in historic Lexington, Kentucky, WoodSongs is an all-volunteer celebration of grassroots music, providing a multimedia front porch for musicians and artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows on woodsongs.com.
Hi, this is Kevin Moe, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Thank you, Kev Moe, and welcome back, everybody, to the beautiful historic Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We've got the incredible Tommy Emmanuel on the broadcast, Larry Campbell, Teresa Williams is on our show, too. A beautiful, beautiful hour of music. We're broadcasting worldwide on hundreds of radio stations like Dublin City FM in Dublin, Ireland, Arizona Public Radio, the 11 stations of WVFT across Virginia. So many stations. We want to say hi to all the listeners that are tuning in out there. We do. We love it. We're also on American Forces Radio Network. It puts this show on the radio, 2 different channels in 177 nations, from South Korea to Kuwait, every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America, and especially these days, we want to say hi to all the men and women that are out there, and the fans and the public that gets to tune in. We're on public television coast to coast, the RFD television network. We get to say hi to Teresa's mom, Mildred, on that channel every single week. We're also in schools, which is why this time on every broadcast we invite a youngster to come on our show. They come from somewhere in America. They get to sing one song, perform one song on a show in front of seasoned touring artists like Larry Campbell, like Tommy Emmanuel. And this week, all the way from Freeburg, Illinois, let's welcome Isaac Beaver. How you doing, Isaac?
Good, how are you?
So, you just turned 17 years old, right?
Yes.
And you were recently at the Big Thumb Picking Convention, and what did you win while you were there?
I won the traditional thumb picking and the junior thumb picking.
You're a champion. He's a thumb picking champion. So who were you listening to as a little kid when you were starting to get into the? How long have you been playing the guitar? Let's ask that first.
I've been playing for 4 years.
4 whole years, and you're already a thumb picking champion. Right. So who were some of the artists that inspired you to play?
Well, I was taking lessons for a year, and then once quarantine hit, I was introduced online to a fingerstyle guitarist named Sung Jung, and through him I found Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed, and they became huge influences. And then I started expanding out to everything like Eric Clapton and B.B. King, and so I've kind of had a plethora of musicians that I've been inspired by.
And acoustic guitar is your main guitar, or do you play electric?
Yeah, I play a lot of both electric and acoustic.
So you're here with your acoustic guitar, and you're writing songs, right? You're doing your own stuff. So you're going to do an original tune called "Home Sweet Home." Okay, now this is a vocal or just instrumental?
Just instrumental.
"Home Sweet Home" is the name of it. It's Isaac Beaver, this week's WoodSongs kid. All the way from Freeburg, Illinois. This week's WoodSongs kid, Isaac Beaver, and we're here with Tommy EMMANUEL, and you make it a point, Tommy, to mentor so many kids, literally worldwide. Wherever you go, kids are you're very accessible to the kids.
There's talent everywhere. That's the thing, Michael.
Yeah.
There's talent everywhere around the world, and I meet kids who are already way ahead of their time, and that's really how it works. So someone lights a fire in them. They see something that they really want to go for, and once that happens, with the encouragement of their family and friends, there's no stopping them as long as they're willing to put the work in.
It's the power of love and heart too, right?
Exactly.
And artists like yourself that set great examples, and you're willing to take the time and mentor these kids, teach them, show them.
Well, I hope so.
They're very approachable. No, you are. You're one of the best at that. Are you kidding? So we're going to invite.
I remember people that I met who saw something in me and who said, I want to show you this, like piano players who'd play something and I'd look and they'd go like that, give me a signal, meaning I'm going to show that to you afterwards, and there are wonderful people like that everywhere.
Well, you certainly set that example. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to give young Isaac Beaver, our this week's WoodSongs kid, we're going to get Larry Campbell to come forward with his fiddle, and we're going to give young Isaac a chance to play with a global guitar star like Tommy EMMANUEL. So I know you're not nervous, Isaac, because this is a cool thing. You're going to play a Carter family tune called Wildwood Flower. It's all three of them right here on WoodSongs, Old Time Radio Hour.
Wildwood Flower.
Tommy EMMANUEL playing guitar with this week's WoodSongs kid, Isaac Beaver, Larry Campbell playing fiddle on that. Beautiful job. If you've got a youngster that you think belongs on our broadcast, if you're the parent or guardian, please send us a little YouTube clip or a little information about them. We look at everything that comes in. We love our WoodSongs kids. And Isaac, we're very proud of you. Good job, buddy. National guitar champion at 17. So Larry Campbell, let me ask you the same thing. You get to travel around a lot. You get to see a lot of these kids. I mean, it's an inspiring thing, and in the way the world is now, it's important to pay attention to kids that want to play music or be in the arts, right?
It's more important than it ever was, and Teresa says this all the time. If they put as much emphasis in school on music and art as they do on math and science, this world would be a much better place now, because kids that age, they need an outlet for expression, and there's nothing better than a musical instrument in your hands.
And this is where artists like yourself, Larry Campbell, Tommy EMMANUEL, so many others that are willing to stop, take the time, not be a star for a moment, just be a regular person and sit down with these kids that approach them, right? And make them feel important, make them feel like that what they want to do is valuable. That's what Tommy EMMANUEL was just saying, that, right, Tommy? That the idea of loving something when you're a kid makes you go after it.
Totally. And it just gets better. The harder I work, the luckier I get.
There you go. Now, you working hard, you have this new album called Accomplice 2. Now tell us about the album. Tell us who's on it.
Well, Larry and Teresa.
Of course,
obviously.
Larry and Teresa, right, yeah.
My good buddy Richard Smith plays the song Son of a Gun that I opened the show with. He plays on that with me, and Billy Strings and I play some Doc Watson tunes. Molly Tuttle and I, and Sierra Hull, Little Feat, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Michael McDonald. Nobody of any note, really.
I was going to say, you had a hard time getting other players for the album, right? Obviously, Billy Strings.
It was a joy to record this album.
You know, and Billy Strings is another good example. Here's a guy who's willing to walk through a hotel lobby and pick and jam with a 13-year-old kid named Wyatt Ellis. You know, and just be very accessible, not the star, just another player, and wants to help people. And that's what happened with Billy. When I first met Billy, it was Brian Sutton who said to me, "You got to hear this young guy, Billy," and brought him along. And Brian and I were playing on Merlefest together, and I said, "Let's get Billy up," you know. And he came out and totally stole the show. He was great, you know, and he was so enthusiastic. And then I went up to Grey Fox to play the show there, and there he was standing on the side of the stage waiting like this to get up there, you know. Come on out and play, and he just tears it up, you know. And I'm not surprised that Billy Strings is where he is, because what an incredible talent he is, and a hard worker, you know. Well, Billy Strings plays almost as good as Larry Campbell. So, Larry Campbell and you are going to play a song off this new album of yours. Right?
No, this is not on the album.
Oh,
We're going to play a Chet Atkins tune, right?
Oh.
Isn't that
I thought you were going to play Everybody Loves You.
Oh,
we could do that first.
We could do that first if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
All right, come on.
See,
because it gives Teresa a chance to sing a little bit.
This is live, folks.
That's right. It's good live. So, Larry, this is on Accomplice 2, right?
Yes, it is.
And this is an original tune that you wrote, that Larry Campbell
wrote?
wrote?
It's on our first record, Teresa and I, and Tommy picked it for this one, and I've just been having a great time with him revisiting this.
Okay, and Brandon's playing the bass. It is called Everybody Loves You. It's from Accomplice 2 right here on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
I don't know you, not like before. You don't smile like you did anymore. You've been believing everything they said. You don't need anyone anyway, 'cause everybody loves you. Everybody wants you. All the women want to be you, and you drive the boys insane. Everybody's for you, stand there and adore you. But nobody's gonna ease your lonely pain. Ain't no laughing till you grin. Ain't no gambling unless you win. Nobody moving till you say go. Ain't nobody gonna tell you no, 'cause everybody loves you. Everybody wants you. All the women want to be you, and you drive the boys insane. Everybody's for you, stand there and adore you. But nobody's gonna ease your lonely pain. Oh yeah. You gon' cry, 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 cry. when I come calling in a few more years. Gold will be your prison bars and diamonds will be tears, 'cause everybody loves you, everybody wants you, all the women want to be you, and you drive the boys insane. Everybody's for you, Santa and the gold. About your body's gonna ease your lonely pain. You gon' cry, 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 cry. You gon' cry, 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 cry. You gon' cry, 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 cry. What do you got to say, Larry? You gon' cry, 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 cry. You gon' cry, 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 cry. Larry Campbell. Teresa Williams. You gonna cry?
It's the amazing Tommy Emmanuel with Larry and Teresa right here on our broadcast. Everybody loves you from the CD Accomplice 2. And let's talk a little bit about Merle Travis for a second, Tommy. The influence.
We are in Kentucky, you know.
That's right. And Merle was worldwide, and Doc Watson together, two of the greatest guitar players.
Oh, yeah.
And they're big influences on you, but so many others too.
Well, yeah. Well, I growing up in Australia, the first people I heard playing this style was Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed. And then I heard Merle Travis, because it wasn't as easy to get Travis's recordings in Australia. Chet's were on RCA Victor, so they were everywhere. But I'm not sure what label Travis was on in those days. And but some friends of mine found his songs, folk songs from the hills. Yeah. And that was my first hearing, first time that I heard Travis. And I could hear where Chet got a lot of his ideas from. And it was Chet who actually told me, when I heard Travis on the radio, it's like, that's what I've got to do. Why isn't everyone throwing away their straight picks and learning to play like that,
Well, the amazing thing about Chet Atkins was he not only was a brilliant guitar player, but he was a really good ear for other talent. He became the A&R director of RCA Records. Exactly. I mean, he was really good at what he did musically, to the point of helping so many others.
Finding the right song for the right artist, and then finding the right team of players and singers to make that record. That's what he was so great at.
There's another really good guitar player, Eric Johnson, who's absolutely wonderful. And he said that Chet took Merle Travis' style and turned it into poetry, musical poetry, and he just played his guitar that way. Yeah. Now, Doc Watson was another huge influence on you.
Exactly, yeah. Actually, I had never heard of Doc, because you couldn't get Doc's records in Australia either. But I was playing on an Aboriginal mission.
A what?
an Aboriginal mission, like the only Aboriginal people lived there.
Got it,
right?
okay.
So I was playing on that mission, and there was one white man in the audience, and he was an American. He was a traveling school teacher, and after the show, he made his way around the back of the little hall we were playing in and said, "Hey, you know, you sound a bit like Doc Watson." And I said, "Who's Doc Watson?" And he gave me a tape. He gave me a cassette, and it had Doc's guitar, Deep River Blues, Southbound, all those great tunes of Doc's. And that's when I discovered Doc. And then years later, I got to play some shows with him in Texas. Yeah.
Well, what an honor for you to have admired him and then be able to do
I'm
that.
one of the luckiest people walking the earth because I've got to know most of my heroes in my life already. Chet, I didn't meet Merle because he was gone before I kind of got going over here. But I met Jerry Reed, and I met the guys who played with Sinatra, you know, and then coming here to Nashville, I've met so many people that influenced me, and I'm just so grateful to be born when and where I was born.
Well, a lot of folks feel that way about you too, Tommy. I mean, you're their hero too. So you're going to do a medley that is combining Doc Watson and Merle Travis together to kind of tribute to them, right?
Kind of thing, yeah. And the first part of this is called Doc's Guitar, and then I go into a little Black Mountain Rag, and then into Merle's Blue Smoke, and then I launch into the Finger Pickers Anthem, which is Cannonball Rag.
Okay. Tommy Emmanuel, right here on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio. Wasn't it great having Tommy Emmanuel on our broadcast? All the way from Woodstock, New York, Teresa Williams and Larry Campbell. Our WoodSongs kid, Isaac Beaver. The beautiful part about music, the beautiful thing about the arts, is that musicians are the greatest peacekeeping force in the world, and it's needed now more than ever. You know why? Because when musicians are good, when musicians care, when musicians play with love, they get people to stop and to listen. And nobody can fight while they're listening. It's impossible to fight while you're listening. So if you play the guitar, any instrument at all, realize you're part of the greatest peacekeeping force in history. Tommy Emmanuel, Larry Campbell, Teresa Williams, everybody is a part of that soldier army that's helping the world stop and listen. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer. We'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 1091. Michael's opening song was Orly from the Songs of Rural America album featuring Sharon Oliver on flute. Our chief engineer is Jerome Gall. Our TV director is Maria Claire. Technical assistants are Brian Clausey, Melissa Moray, Eric Anderson, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Izzy Smith, and our WoodSongs partner of the week is Rankin Skinner. Our show is produced with the support of the Kentucky Department of Tourism. Visit Lex.com, the Bluegrass Hospitality Association, and Spring Hill Suites, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Hybrid Spring Water, Martin Guitars, Snake's Coffee, Travel Host Magazine, and the staff at the Lyric Theater. WoodSongs is the WoodSongs World Registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. The online version of WoodSongs is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLex.com and KentuckyTourism.com, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings at the Lyric Theater in historic Lexington, Kentucky. The Encore section is next. You can support our massive online archive of shows by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Thank you, Dorothy. Give the WoodSongs crew a big round of applause. Again, they did a great job tonight. Weren't these guys wonderful? Okay, we've got one more super encore performance from these folks. But before we do, we're going to need the audience's help for something. So we want to get the lights up 50%. And we're going to turn the cameras around. And you guys are going to be the audience for the next TV series on PBS of WoodSongs. So stand up, sit up straight in your chair. If you got it, comb it. If you don't worry about it. So here's what we want to do. Kurt, you tell me when they're ready to start rolling it up there. Okay, so we're going to do this first, and then we're going to get to the next encore real quick, okay? While we're getting the camera set up, we want to thank a 14-year-old kid in the lobby, Caleb Murray, for playing the piano while you guys were walking in. Next week on our broadcast, we have a great roots group based in New York City. They're called the Scooches. They're New York City, Mexico, India, and the Caribbean all together. All these great musicians. And then another fellow named Jeff Plankenhorn, who is a great singer-songwriter and instrumentalist from Austin, Texas. So WoodSongs continues in the weeks to come. Michael Martin Murphy is going to be on the show. Dan Tominski is coming on the show. Voice of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And then we're going to be ending the year December 12th, which is a Tuesday, with Riders in the Sky. So there's a lot going on. If you're not already a WoodSongs partner, all WoodSongs partners come to those shows for free. So just like you did tonight. That was a pretty good deal, don't you think? Are we ready to go, Kurt? Okay, so they're still setting the camera levels up there, so hang on a second. And so what we're going to want to do, how close are we up there? Fairly close. Now, their last encore song is worth waiting for, so hang on. So hang on. Are we ready? I'm talking to the director. How we doing?
Who is that kid?
I don't know.
Is Michaela here?
I think he's the next host of WoodSongs. I'm pretty sure.
Where did I get these people?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Are we ready?
Give me a time here.
Okay.
Now? Is that yes or no? Not quite.
Are we ready? We're ready.
We're ready. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. First, look at the WoodSong sign and just look at it. Don't do anything. Just look at it. Okay, just look at it. So start rolling. Got it upstairs? The next thing we want you to do, not cheer, just applaud. Ready? Okay, very good. So we want cameras 2 and 4 to pull back and get the whole audience, please. Get a shot of the whole audience.
Okay.
All right. Same thing. Just look, just watch. Just look. Don't do anything. You're going to be on national TV, so you know. And now just applaud. Okay? All right. The next thing I want you to do, keep the cameras where it is. I want you to react as though Tommy just accepted your invitation to come over for dinner. Okay. I hope you like bologna and ale 8. Okay, so here's the next thing. Keep the cameras nice and long. I want you to say WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, and then applaud. Ready? What? Ready? Here we go. Ready, set. WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Excellent. Next thing, keep the cameras right where you got. Nice long shot. I want you to say WoodSongs Kids and then applaud. Ready? WoodSongs Kids. Excellent. Do we need anything else upstairs? Do we need before we leave this? Do we need anything else? Are we good?
We need one more shot with a close-up on some folks.
One more shot of close-ups? Okay. We're not going to say who's the close-up. But she sure is pretty. You want applaud or just listening? Applaud or listening?
Yes, applaud.
Okay. Just regular applause. Ready?
Yep.
Good. All right, let's turn the cameras around and get set for this incredible, amazing encore. While they're doing that, a sister project to WoodSongs is the Troubadour Concert Series. Coming in February is going to be Marty Stewart on this stage here. Those tickets are going fast. Also, 2024, the Troubadour Concert Series, which is all volunteer and community run. It's where WoodSongs is a broadcast, Troubadour is just concerts. Troubadour is going to be celebrating 30 years of presenting concerts, over almost 700 concerts in 3 cities. And it's going to be the launching project for celebrating Lexington's 250th year in 2025. So there's going to be a lot of amazing things going on. If you're not getting the WoodSongs email newsletter, we encourage you to do that. It's free. We don't share your email with anybody. But you'll know who's coming up on WoodSongs, who's coming up on the Troubadour Concert Series. All you have to do is go to woodsongs.com, click on the newsletter, put your email in, and you're done. And like I said, we don't share it, we don't sell it, except to Larry Campbell, who we sell it all to him. Right? All right, so we're ready. So Larry and Tommy, tell us about this song that you're going to be playing as our final encore.
Well, this is a tune that Teresa and I came upon about the same time, and it was written and performed by the great Reverend Gary Davis, and Jorma Kaukonen had called. I had done an album with Marie Knight, which we performed here on WoodSongs, actually.
Yeah.
And Jorma called and wanted Marie and I to come out to the First Piece Ranch and perform some of these songs. And these songs were all Reverend Gary Davis songs. But Marie got sick and couldn't do it. So Jorma asked if Teresa would step in for Marie. And we thought, well, yeah. And Teresa and I came on this tune together, which is a Reverend Gary tune. We've been doing it ever since. It was on our first record, and it's called Keep Your Lamp Trimmed and Burning.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun I found. Well, I'm a hayseed of the first degree. I'm a country boy from Tennessee. But on the screen I'm so debonair. I'm a cyber hunk with a full head of hair, and I'm looking online. Look out, world, you're in luck. I got a gigabyte drive and an old Ford truck. Lonely lady stuck in your house. I can change your world with a click of my mouse. We can ride around the planet as long as you can type. Lock the women up and bring your daughters inside, 'cause Cyber Bubba's alive. I'm an internet lover and I search the world in my cowboy boots for my cyber girl.